It's Tuesday, the 9th of January 2024, and that means it's the weekly reset in Destiny 2 where the content rotates, the vendors and the challenges reset, and we've got a chance for new content to be added to the game. Well, stay tuned for info related to Season of the Wish. We've got another exotic catalyst added today. We've got the conclusion to the story, we've got the featured raid and dungeon content, nightfall weapons, banshees, weekly weapons, and what is in the eververse store this week. Well, first up today is week 7 of Season of the Wish, and that means new story in the Wishing All the Best quest. So make your way to the helm, catch up on the latest story beats, and this week is the conclusion for the story for now. But I imagine we're going to get something before the final shape as we lead up to June. We've got a new exotic catalyst available in the game for the Wishkeeper, so go and speak to Marasov in the helm and you can pick up the Constellation pair. That will kick you off on a new exotic quest. In terms of the exotic mission rotator this week, we've got Operation Seraph Shield. That means the Revision 0, that is the craftable exotic pulse rifle, that is back. So make sure you jump into that one. Next up, we've got the featured raid over on Neomuna or Neptune. That is the Root of Nightmares. That one was released with Lightfall, of course. Really great chance to get that conditional finality exotic shotgun if you haven't got it yet, so make sure you jump into the Root of Nightmares this week. The featured dungeon for the week, it's a new one, it's the Ghosts of the Deep, and that is available in the helm. Well, for the Nightfall and the Grandmaster Nightfall this week, we've got the Psyops Battleground. That is over on the Cosmodrome, and you can pick up the Warden's Law. If you do the Grandmaster version, you could get an Adept version. That is a really, really good legendary hand cannon. Okay, next up we've got Crucible this week. So Iron Banner and Lord Saladin have left. That means Trials of Osiris is back at the weekend. We've got Mayhem available. We've got Checkmate Countdown available. Also got Elimination as well. And also, yesterday Bungie announced some changes to Crucible, and it's specifically related to Checkmate. So what I want to do is read out their statement on Checkmate changes. They did release this on Twitter, but it has gone live in the game right now. So Bungie say, based on player feedback, we're making some changes to Checkmate in tomorrow's update. That is today, of course. Due to the amount of tuning, Checkmate is going to be moved back to labs. Next week, we'll feature 3v3 Clash, which has been modified to reflect a fan favourite mode from the original Destiny. That is Skirmish. We're also going to be updating all primary weapons to join hand cannons and having the same optimal time to kill as they do in the base sandbox. So modes like Clash and Control, you now will be able to start the game with 2 kills worth of special ammo, e.g. 2 shots of the shotgun. We're increasing the amount of special ammo credit you get for assists and deaths, so you'll get special ammo pulls more frequently, but we're going to be reducing the amount of special ammo you get from approximately 3 kills worth to 2 kills to reduce snowballing. We want the reduced uptime of abilities in the PvP sandbox, but the current level ability cooldown tuning made some abilities feel impractical to use, so the ability cooldown penalties are being reduced from 30% to 15%, and melee damage is being increased to allow 2 melees to kill. We're going to run one more Checkmate Trials lab later this season, that is on February the 9th, with a new tuning, but Checkmate is not currently planned to be in the control node again. We have the full details and everything that's changing with the weapon archetype tuning and the other game mode rules in the patch notes tomorrow, and you can go and see that on Bungie.net right now. I'll link that down in the description. And Bungie say, finally, we will continue to review feedback as you play, so please try out this new iteration and tell us how it feels. Well, that is some big changes to announce there on Twitter, but let me know down in the comments what you think about those changes to PvP and specifically Checkmate. Be really interested to hear what you think. Well, next up, we got the seasonal challenges, and it is week 7 of Season of the Wish. So we've got a few challenges this week. So we've got Wishkeeper 7, so complete week 7 of Wishing All the Best. We've got Swift Dispersal, so rapidly defeating combatants in Riven's Lair or the Coil. Gain additional progress from final blows within the Coil. And we've got Dragon's Defender 5. Beat targets with the Trace Rifles or Linear Fusion Rifles and gain additional progress from Guardian Final Blows and Final Blows within Riven's Lair or the Coil. Next up, we've got On a Whim, so acquire the Chivalric Fire. And then we've got the Expedited Violence, so rapidly defeat targets in Crucible, Gambit or Vanguard. and bonus progress is granted for Guardian Final Blows. Next up, we got Weight of Dreams, so get final blows with weapons using heavy ammo and ritual activities, and then bonus progress for rocket launcher final blows or by defeating Guardians. Next up, we got Flourish of Power, so defeat Guardians in Mayhem playlist with super abilities. Then we got Darkest Nightfall, so complete any Nightfall strike on hero difficulty or higher, and bonus progress is granted for completing Nightfalls above hero difficulty. And finally, we've got Mid-Range Calibration, and that is calibrate mid-range weapons like hand cannons, glaives, auto rifles, fusion rifles, and machine guns, and bonus progress is granted for defeating Guardians. Well, next up, let's have a look at the raid content and the raid challenges for the week. So starting off over on Europa, we got the Deepstone Crypt. The challenge there is Red Rover. Next up, we got the Vow of the Disciple. The challenge there is Defenses Down. Go over to the Legends tab. So first of all, King's Fall. Challenge there is Under Construction. We've got Crota's End. Challenge there is Conservation of Energy. And last but not least, the Vault Glass, and the challenge there is Ensemble's Refrain. Next up, Dreaming City. Got the Last Wish. Challenge there is Keep Out. Go down to the moon next. We've got the Garden of Salvation raid, and the challenge there is To the Top. As I mentioned before, the Root of Nightmares, that is our featured raid for the week. It's Tuesday, it's reset day, so let's head on over to Banshee 44 and see what weapons he has for us this week. First of all, for the focus decoding, we've got the Hake weapons and the Viced weapons. So, Funnel Web, always good. Hypan 4FR, always pretty good too. Lobret C, not too bad, with auto rifles being good these days. Have a look at the other weapons then. First of all, Whispering Slab. High Tension String. Vertical Fletching, Archer's Tempo, and Unrelenting. We've got the Urvandil FR6, a Fluted Barrel, Accelerated Coil, Slideways Swashbuckler. That one has the Omolon Fluid Dynamics, of course. Next up, Dire Promise. Haven't seen this one for a while. Hitmark HCS, Extended Mag, Snapshot Sights, and Rangefinder. That is a pretty good roll of the Dire Promise. Quite an old one, that one now. But next up, Peace of Mind. We've got Full Bore, Extended Mag, Perpetual Motion, Elemental Capacitor, and Land Tank. Then finally, Code Dwello, Volatile Launch, Black Powder, Auto-Loading Holster, Cluster Bomb. That is not too bad for PvE. Well, that is Banshee's weekly weapons. Next up, let's head on over to the eververse store. See what Tess has for Bright Dust this week. First of all, 44 steel. That is looking pretty good. Chrome stock next. We've got Swirling Leaf entrance. Then we've got Exosporangian. An interesting name. Next up, Drumroll. Try that one again. Next up, Drumroll. Okay, we're going to come back to that one. It's not loading at the moment. We've got Clue Projection. We have an ornament for Wishender. Always worth picking up those ornaments. Next up, we've got Assembly Rider. We've got Wave Rider. We've got Photovoltaic Shell. Like a little satellite there. We've got Warrior Stance. And finally, we've got Red Light, Green Light. We've got Cannon Fodder. That is a transmat effect. We also have Box of Tricks. We've got Theohedral State. We've got Transcendental Ambition. Good looking. We have Boreal Char. Also good. Carbon Blood. knocking it out of the park this week. And then finally got First Light, and that is a bit of a letdown. Well, that is your Eververse store items for Bright Dust for the week. Well, that is about it for your weekly reset information on the 9th of January 2024. So plenty to get up to in Destiny 2 this week. We've got a new exotic catalyst. And we've got the final beats of the story as well. So whatever you get up to in Destiny 2 this week, I hope you have a good time. Well, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for more Destiny 2 content like this. You can also hit that like button too. Well, thanks again, and I will see you very soon.